Kelson. My first name is Vic, V-I-C.
Awesome. So talk to me. This project, it started last week, I believe, hiring the Dyke brothers to go around to some homeowners. What is this project? Talk to me about it.
This project is part of our lead and copper. The lead and copper rule improvements from the EPA require us to identify what all the service lines are that connect homes to our water mains. So this particular project is the first of 3 projects that will actually look specifically at the service lines at about 600 homes on the west side.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
particular project, it's I think 295 services.
Yeah, so this project, the lines that's replacing, it's lead pipes and galvanized pipes, right? What is the difference between those two things?
Okay, so yeah, I probably should back up a little bit. So our water mains don't have any lead pipe in them, but some homes may have lead service lines. And the service line is the pipe that goes from the water main that we have under the street that up to your house. Those can be made of a lot of different things. Some of them are polymer pipes, plastic pipes. Some of them are copper pipes. Some of them are lead pipes. Some of them are galvanized pipe. Lead is an issue because it's a potential contaminant for the people in the home. If there's a lead service line, if any of the lead that's in that pipe is dissolved by the water, it could end up in your drinking water, which can be an issue for you in terms of human health, especially for children. So we're required to find all the pipes, find out what they're made of, and then replace the lead ones. And if you have a galvanized pipe that has a lead pipe in front of it, so for example, part of the service line is lead and the other part is galvanized, the galvanized has to be replaced also. But if it's all galvanized, it doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. With these pipes, so I've learned a lot about how pipes work on some previous stories I've done. So there's a part that goes from the homeowner's part to the city's line, correct?
That's right.
So with these lines that are looking, you guys are asking homeowners to replace them if it is lead or a galvanized pipe. Are you replacing part of the city's line, or is it part of the homeowners that connects to that line?
It's a little complicated. Okay. The projects that we're doing, the places that we're working right now with Dyke Brothers, and eventually there's another project, Blankenberger Brothers will be doing part of it. This particular program will investigate every single one of the service lines at every one of the homes. There's a portion of it that goes from the main to the curb stop. That's at the edge of your property. That portion belongs to the utility. The portion that's on the customer's side belongs to the customer. And typically when work needs to be done on the customer side, then the customer is responsible for that. In this particular case, if because of the way the funding was structured from the state revolving fund, if we find a lead service line on your property, we are going to replace it at no charge to the customer because it's funded from the particular funding instrument we got from the state. So it's really, if someone from Dyke Brothers or eventually Blankenberger Brothers comes to you wanting to get a right of entry to go look at your service line, please do, because it could save you money down the road.
Yeah,
when those need to be replaced. What we'll do initially is we'll be going out and doing a little small excavation with a hydro excavation machine. There'll be 4 little holes in your yard that we'll use so that we can go and see what the pipe's made of. If we discover that it needs to be replaced, then it will be replaced at the time. So we're not allowed to say, well, there's one that needs to be replaced. We'll get to that one of these days. We're required by the way the loan was structured to do it at the time.
Yeah. So you've talked a little bit about funding. Where is the funding for this project coming from? I mean, how much is this costing?
The overall, this particular project for these particular service lines. The area was chosen because there are 8 water main replacement projects that we're going to be doing in the coming years. These projects will look at all of the homeowner service lines that are connected to the mains that will be replaced in those next few years. As we altogether, the loan is a little over $7 million. These 3 projects are $2.1 million of that. Some of it has also gone for project management services. Some of it goes for trucks, and then eventually we may have to change some of the spending depending on how many service lines we discover we have to replace. But right now, it's this particular project is somewhere in the 800,000s.
Wow. So this project too, it's aiming a lot of homes on the west side, streets on the west side. Where is this project targeting? What streets? Where can people expect to see some Dyke Brothers or the other company?
This particular one, it's Broadway, Poplar Grove, and Franklin Street. And then there will be more in 2 more projects that will be coming along soon.
Yeah, and the area that is targeted right now, or even those future ones, why is it those streets? Why is those so important?
Those water mains were on the list to be replaced. They serve neighborhoods that qualify under the program for some assistance because of the economics of the neighborhoods. So these particular neighborhoods were eligible for some of this grant money, or this, it's not really a grant, it's a forgivable loan. So part of the $7 million loan, they'll forgive the principal, but it can only be used for replacing service lines in these particular neighborhoods.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this part of any kind of larger project to replace all lead lines, all galvanized pipes in the city?
Yes, we have to be done doing that by 2037. This particular effort is specifically dedicated towards identifying what the pipes are made of. We'll be using other approaches in other neighborhoods to identify the service line materials, but for this particular neighborhood, we're going to be doing something unique. That is, we're going to be looking at every single service line. In other places, we're likely to use a sampling methodology that will tell us where we need to prioritize our efforts and that sort of thing.
Yeah, talk to me. What is so important about this project? I mean, why now? Why is this happening? What is so important about it?
Well, it all began with the lead crisis in Flint, Michigan. When they changed the water chemistry in Flint, it released lead and other materials that damaged water quality in the city of Flint. That became a big issue because it cost millions upon millions of dollars to fix that problem. What that told EPA and told us all in the industry is that there's still lead out there, and the goal was set. These rules were first promulgated in about 2019, 2020, to basically get rid of lead in the distribution systems. That is, lead that's in the water mains. None of ours are lead, but some communities still had lead water mains. It's to get rid of lead water mains, and then that pipe that connects your house to the main can also be lead. And so all those lead service lines nationwide are supposed to be replaced by 2037. The first part of that is identifying where they are, so we know how many we have to do and what it's going to cost, and we'll figure out ways to pay for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I spoke with Dyke Brothers last week, when I found them around getting some B-roll, and I spoke to one of the foremen out there, and he's telling me one of the issues they were running into is a lot of the homes that they've been knocking on are rented homes. They're like, we need permission from the landlord. Is that a way? Are they planning on going back to those homes if they get in contact with the landlord? How is that happening?
I'm sure we'll be reaching out to the landlords and property owners to make sure that we can do this. Yeah.
Sure. And why is it so important for homeowners to answer their door as these contractors are going out knocking on their doors requesting to do this?
Well, first of all, we have to identify the service lines. So from our perspective, we need to know what the service lines are made of. From the homeowner's perspective, this is a special opportunity. If it's lead, we'll replace it and it won't cost you anything. Right? If you're not in one of these areas and you decide you want to have your service line replaced, that's really, you can hire a plumber to do it, but we don't have a funding vehicle for doing that right now. So if you're in that neighborhood and you had a lead service line, you really don't want to have a lead service line, especially if you have small children. So you really should take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. With this too, I know you were saying that there's certain areas that are being targeted right now, and there will be more in the future that'll be targeted. How long is this going on? I think last week is when they started with Franklin, Poplar Grove, and there was another one that you mentioned as well.
Franklin, Poplar Grove, and Broadway.
Sure. So how long is this project going on for? Those specific roads.
That I don't know.
Okay.
We can find out. Do we know how long it is? Yeah, we can get that
Sure,
information.
absolutely. Is
Yeah.
there anything else with this project? Obviously, a very large project. Is there anything else we didn't talk about right now that is important to know for my story? What some future projects are going to be targeted? Well, within this project, but other roads, you know?
So I can get you a list
Sure.
of the streets that will be on the other two projects that are currently planned. We're going to be continuing to do various forms of this inventory. That's going to go on for a while yet, and it's going to be 2027. We got another decade that we'll likely be working on eliminating these lines. But this is an important program for the long-term safety and security of the water supply for Evansville and the region. So please participate if you have the opportunity to participate with this program. Please don't turn us away, because this is important work.
One more question I thought to ask. If their home is knocked on by the Dye brothers or any other contractors for this project, if the homeowner, say, isn't home, are they leaving any kind of pamphlet or anything to reach out?
Yes,
Okay.
they will be. They're leaving information there.
All right, so people can still get involved or take advantage of this opportunity, even if they're not home.
Yes, and there are lots of there's other information. We have a project advisory map on our website. So if you go to EWSU.com, there's a project advisory map link. You go to the project advisory map. These areas do show up on that map. You can click on the areas on the map, and it will show you what's going on there. You can also type your address in to find out if it's in the area. And if you have any questions beyond what's on that map, there's contact information on the project advisory map website. So
yeah, so lots of information for folks.
Lots of ways to reach out. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Vic, for taking the time.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you for working with me on that mic, because I hate that I had to use that one, but that's